Hello. Hello, everyone. Know it's been a while since I've been on. I guess, life be life. And I tell you, I've been just so slam busy. Um, but I'm coming on today, guys. Not about myself today. I have been trying to ponder if I wanted to say anything about this Monique situation, but seeing it's such a trendy topic, I did say that I would do a little, celebrity gossip and all that stuff on the channel. I was actually on another YouTuber's platform a couple of days ago. A very known YouTuber. She had where you can call in and give your opinion on the panel. And I made it on her platform and I gave my opinion. And not everyone is going to agree with your opinion. And that's cool. I mean, that's what makes the world go around. Everybody has their rights to their own opinions about whatever the situation is. It can even be, my own personal life situations. Everybody's going to have a different opinion and they're going to have their own opinion and their own take on it. So that's cool. So when I was on the panel and I gave because she was asking, what was our perspective on it? I gave my perspective on it. Some in the chat didn't agree. Some was like furious of what I was saying. Like, sometimes we get stuck in when we really like a person, we can't see beyond that. I am a fan of Monique's. I think she's an excellent actress. I think she, have, her moments are funny. I like a more funny in movies or sitcoms like the Parkers. I mean, she was just hilarious to me. Her and Countess Vaughn, I think they worked very well together. Not a big fan of her stand-up because I'm not a person that I want to hear, the jokes. I want to hear, the punchlines and stuff. I don't want to hear all that cursing, and maybe that's just me, and she does a lot of that. But here lately, we've been getting more of her rants than her comedian, part of her. We just been getting rants. If I pay my money to come and see you, I want to hear the jokes. I want to hear, the comedian, Monique. I don't want to hear your rants. I didn't pay for the show to come and see you rant, you done already put it out there. And I'm not telling her how to react to her hurt, for whoever hurt her. But we all have heard your gripe over the years about Tyler, Oprah, Lee Daniels, D.L. Hughley, and whoever else. But we got it. You was on this major platform where you told it again. We heard it and we understand. So give us the comedy. Give us the comedy. That's what we want. That's what I want to hear if I paid my money. Because I'll be very disappointed if I pay money to come and see her, and all she's doing the whole set is cursing people, griping, still complaining about she didn't get what she deserved, from the industry. But to me, and what I gathered, my perspective on Monique is she's very, very self-absorbing. She's a very self-absorbing person. And she's been on this crusade for a long time, like I said, playing the victim. Like, let up, sis, let up. And she has not obviously taken in consideration her son's feelings. To me, she's no different than a narcissist to me. Hey, sis. Hey, I'm chosen. Hey, boo. I'm on here just, speaking about the triggers again, but not about myself at this time. But I just feel so bad for Monique's son, because this woman is just so self-absorbing, and just um to me a narcissist. She's given narcissist behavior to me, because if she's a person that would gaslight, and you know how it is if you gaslight a person. Hey, Amelia. Hey, in Hoarder. I don't know. I might be chopping up your name, y'all. I'm sorry, but hey, y'all. But yeah, when a gaslighter and you approach a gaslighter, you know what you can get from that, right? If you dare question a gaslighter, you would denounce with emotions. You would be told that you are ungrateful, selfish, paranoid, and crazy. You will be reminded of how stupid and narcissist and over emotional you are. Isn't that what she's doing to her son, y'all? That's exactly what she's doing. That's the exact same thing that her and her husband in that live did to her son. They called that they put it out there saying this boy have issues. He doesn't get along with the other parent. Hey, everybody that's coming in, thank y'all so much for supporting. I ain't gonna be on long. I just wanted to, give my rant. Is it okay? Since Monique can go and make money ranting. So I decided to come on. But like I said, it just triggered me yesterday, because I saw her son being triggered. Again, like I say, emotional triggers, they are real. Hey, y'all, emotional triggers are real. And that man, which I feel the boy inside of him is still hurting, because I have family members that dealt with and that are still dealing with abandonment issues as an adult, because we should know how that affects kids, because we look for that love. We get our first love from our parents. It's just like as a child, when you're born, what they do, they put the baby on the chest for that bond, so when you don't have that, you tend to become a different person in life. We all know she gave she didn't want her child, right? She said it in several interviews that she didn't want to be a mom. Can you imagine you hearing your mom say that? A lot of times, parents, they have kids. They wasn't really ready or prepared for the kid. Some, once they have them, they all in, they dive in, they the best. But some, when they say that, they really mean that. Like, and it seems to me that she was one of those people. She wanted fortune and fame and not be a mom. So you got that child hearing knowing that his mom didn't really want him, that she wanted the fame instead of him. It made him act out, obviously, because that's why he doesn't have the perfect relationship. And I don't know, because I haven't heard the dad say anything. I'm just going by what she said and Sydney said, that he doesn't even have a relationship with his biological father. So, but it's seeing kids, they act out with emotions. They have trouble in relationships, having trust issues with people. And I don't know, and I'm not taking nothing from the fathers, but I know it's nothing greater than a mother's love. Nothing greater than a mother's love other than the love of God. So when you're abandoned by your mother, it affects you and cuts you so deep, deeper than anything else. So she's not taking into consideration that this grown man is still hurting. And then he hears you and your husband going on these interviews saying y'all only got 3 sons. I mean, didn't he already feel neglected since he was brought in the world? And then you still add into that. So what? He's an adult. He's still hurting. He still is a human being. He's just an adult. I mean, people say, well, kids should stay in the kids' place and this and that. Children have feelings too. I remember my daughter used to tell me, you know, Mama, you taught me to treat people how I want to be treated. And you know, she used to have a problem with school. And she would say, well, they need to treat us the same. You know, if you want respect, you have to give it. You know, I'm still a human being. I'm just a young person with feelings. You know, so if you want me to respect you, you have to respect me too. Hey, Miss White Boo, love you. And and that's what she used to tell me. She was like, you know, how the teachers gonna want us to respect them, and they don't even give us respect. But I used to always have to tell my child, you know, but that's you at school, baby. You know, choose your battle. Yeah, you right, but choose your battles, okay? Because then you'll get in trouble at school. So, but this young man, to me, is still hurting. You know, and then she come out. I saw them little flimsy texts that she showed. Girl, where's the recent one? Where wasn't that from the last one from 2021? Boo, we in 2024. So now I see what he's saying. Of course, they might have, and that's another thing. In the text message, from what I saw, she always didn't have time to talk to this baby, to this boy. I don't know. I want to call him a baby. I don't know why, but yes, sis, no child wants to hear about how their mother and father used to say they didn't want kids. Yeah, don't know, girl. That's like cutting deep. You already done gave me away. Something my father, whoever raised him, he already had to feel that he wasn't worthy enough to have your love, that you gave him away. And then he got to go and hear years and years on that you didn't want him. You still don't have the great relationship with them. And then you done moved on with this other man. Y'all done had kids and y'all living this old perfect life. But he didn't have a perfect life. And a lot of things with these celebrities, they love to buy their kids. Long as they're giving their kids this and giving their kids that, they feel that's all that the child needs. No, kids need love. Kids need your time and your attention. It's not about money. And that's what they do. They buy their kids. That's why the kids be so jacked up. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I apologize, guys. You know, busy life. I had to stop my daughter's food. Um, but yeah, you know, kids want love. You know, you just can't. She was just, you know, paying for whoever was taking care of them, you know, sending a little child support check or whatever. But that's not what he wanted. And you got to think, this is her oldest. He was the first. He was the first. Like normally your first kid is the person that grooms you, that molds you, being the mom. That's who makes you the mom. Like, but you gave that part of yourself away. Thank you for coming, Hattie. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming in. Like I said, I was just I was so irritated last night, you know, and I was listening to some of the other YouTubers commentary on it, and I wanted to jump on last night, but I just had so much going on. But you know, like I said, I was on another YouTuber's channel, the Sweet Spot, and she actually brought me on as her host because, you know, she was agreeing with what I was saying. Because to me, Mr. Sidney, he needs to stay out of it. To be honest, I don't care how long he been knowing that baby. I don't care how long he been knowing her. You need to stay out of it. This is between, since that's not your son, which is crazy to me. I hate when people in that generation used to do that crap. Bring a man home when you know good and well that that's your boo, that y'all got feelings for each other or whatever. Y'all sleeping and kids don't know that y'all sleeping together, and you telling the kids to call that man uncle. Okay, so now uncle, I mean, you mess kids up. Stop doing stuff that is gonna damage kids' minds, you know, damage the way that they're gonna come up in the world. You know, he grew up saying that this man was his uncle. Now all of a sudden He the uncle to his siblings. I mean, he's the dad to the siblings, you know. He uncle dad. I mean, make it make sense. Stop doing that crap. I've never understood that. That was just always so crazy to me. Okay, if that's uncle, just your best friend or whatever, and the kids call him uncle. As my daughter, you know, a lot of my friends was uncle, auntie. She had a lot of sisters and brothers, even though she was the only child. But everybody was, you know, her sister and brother. You know, if they were my friend kids, that's who they were. So it's just, it blows me to hear people say that. And then for him to get on there with his arrogant, he's so arrogant to say, he's not, you got your own daddy. I'm uncle. What? So he can't. I mean, I thought when you marry a significant other, whether you know it's the mom marrying the man or the man marrying the mom, they become step. They don't remain as uncle or auntie. This child, when he came into her life, he was still young. He was still a young kid. So you're telling me that it wasn't okay for him to call you dad? It wasn't okay for him to call you stepdad? Y'all sick. That is some narcissistic type of crap right there. And both of them are so much that. They are so self-absorbed. Everybody is at fault but them. Everybody. Everybody is at fault but them. Everybody owes them an apology. And then what got me too in that interview that triggered me was she said, I just said, baby, you know, I'm here when you're ready, you know. And then where was the baby and sweetie what was that energy at that you give everybody else for your son? Where's that energy? You just sitting there all, man, and the husband was just doing too much talking to me. Like, dude, just remove yourself. Get out of this equation. That man don't want you anyway. It ain't even about you. It's about him and his mother. That's who he's looking for. He's looking for his mom, not you, boo. So you always got something to say in everything. Like, stop being the spokesperson. Monique has a big mouth, because we all know she has a big mouth of her own. She's that very intelligent. So she can speak for herself, boo. Bye. If you uncle, stay in the uncle's place. How about that? Stay in the uncle's place and let this mother and son get their stuff together. But this guy, this young man is hurting. He's still hurting. You don't just get over abandoning issues like that. Like I said, I have a niece that my sister, who's a good person, I love my sister to death, but she didn't raise her daughter, her oldest child. And, you know, she had another kid after that. And then the siblings built a relationship. But the one that my sister kept, which was the son, he couldn't understand why his sister didn't want to talk to the mom, you know? And she was like, I don't have nothing to say to her. Because in her mind, and now she's grown now with her own kids. In her mind, she was like, what was different between you and me? Why does she keep you and not me? What was different? People don't realize that psychologically what it does to a child, and it carries on into their adulthood. It's no different when a child has been touched as a kid, it affects them as an adult. It causes, it ruins relationships. It makes them have traits of promiscuous. It makes them have traits of not trusting. It just overall affects them. And this is the same thing with the abandoning stuff. You know, she needs to try to it's her job to come to her son and fix it with her son. It's not his job to come to her, because he didn't ask to be here. You brought that child into this world. And that's another thing I have with adults. If you know you ain't want no kids, did you do anything to protect yourself from having kids? Hello? Did you do anything to protect yourself for not having kids? If you knew good and well that you were not ready for children, Protect yourself. That go both ways, female and male. So uh, she said it on many occasions that she did not want, she wasn't ready to be a mom. So and I don't think, I think the young man is still hurting. It still bothers him, and it might be a little challenging to build his trust again, to build his trust, for them to build a relationship. But to me, it's her job to put in the work, because you're the one that did that to that baby, not him. He wasn't the one that said, "Oh, I'm gonna go stay with my dad." It's plenty of celebrities that take their kids on the road. Them kids be right in their back. Somebody is watching them, where's mama, auntie, or something. A lot of times they do leave them with the parents while they go pursue their dream. But for the most part, they take them kids on the road with them. Why wasn't he able to go on the road with her? Why did he feel like yesterday trash? And then the only thing, he wasn't disrespectful to her and the husband. He only said, you keep going on these campaigns and interviews and saying that, you leaving it in God's hand and all this stuff, and it'll come to pass, but you're not putting in the work. Faith without works is dead. You're not putting in the work to even build the relationship. Because in them text messages, it showed that every time he texted her, she always said, "Oh, I'm going to sleep, sweetie. Oh, I'll call you tomorrow. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'll talk to you later. But call me." It was never a full conversation, or it was never in that text that said, "Oh, I'll call you and I'm gonna call you right now, okay?" I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of that conversation that said that she had time for him. So it seems like to me, she was always putting him on the back. I don't know. I was just triggered. And so I can imagine that he was triggered. He was triggered when he heard her go again, once again, saying that they working on a relationship, or she put it in the atmosphere for God to work it out, when she knows she's not putting in the work to work it out. I pray that they can mend this situation, but Monique need to get it together. She needs to get out of that self-absorbed mentality that she has and stop trying to, "Oh, my babies, oh, and girl, bye." Because we all know that you can be something else, because you didn't have a good relationship with your parents. Matter of fact, she didn't even go to her parents' funeral. She didn't go to neither one of their funerals. So obviously she's dealing with some deep issues herself that she needs to get over, but she expects her son to just get over it. She expects him to get over it, whatever he's dealing with, whatever issues that he's having. And then y'all want to say y'all threw him some little cash for a car. Really? Y'all bought gifts for the baby. But it seemed to me, he said that she wasn't trying to make no efforts in seeing his baby. It's like he's a totally different, he's not even part of their family. Like she's built this little family between her and the husband and their kids that he's not even considered. He's not even part of their family. I can imagine that's devastating to him. Monique needs to seek help. She needs to seek counseling, and not from her daddy, her husband, who whatever she want to call him. Not seek counseling from him, because he just reminds me. He puts me in a mind of Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' husband. That's who he put me in a mind of. So he's another Kevin Hunter to me. It's like, sit down. Let her talk for herself. I think if he will remove himself from a lot of her situations, even with the situation with Tyler Perry and them, I think she will get further in that what she's looking for with them, because they don't want to talk to him. The business ain't with him. It's with Monique. Like he overtook that conversation when Tyler Perry was talking to her on the phone. He overtook that conversation. I understand you want to protect your wife, and I understand that, you know, you got her back. We all know that, and that's cool and that's dandy. But there's a time and a place. It's a time and a place. Yes, Sonia, some ain't right. Both of them got the controlling spirit, you know, because they was kind of bumping over each other in that live, like, you know, trying to overtalk each other. But it seems like to me, she has no voice when he's sitting next to her. She has no voice. He's her voice. Like when she's on stage or whatever in her own little whatever, she talks for herself. But when she's with him, she has no voice. Like, come on now, it ain't that much love, you know. When I was married and I was with my partner, I talk for myself. I know how to handle my business. I don't need you, and I definitely don't need you in the business with me and my son. I got this, boo. I'll handle it. Let me go take my son out. Let us go, you know, have a conversation. They want to look at it because he grown. He need to get over. He need to get it together. No, the wounds are still here. The wounds are still here. Yeah, I know I'm 30-some years old, but I'm still visible. Y'all treating me like I'm invisible. And y'all been doing that for years. I'm here. Hey, that's probably how he feel. You know, probably been doing this. Hey, I'm here. This me, Shalom, you know, your son that you had, you know, it's still me. But they totally disregarding that he's not even part of her family. That's heartbreaking. So yes, I'm sure it's been triggering. And all he's saying is just stop bringing me up. You don't want me. You don't want no parts of me. You know, you sprinkling in the little stuff here just to say you did it, that you helped me, but you really not here and you really don't care about me. So stop talking about me. Don't even bring me up. I didn't even know he was a comedian until he came out and said it. Do we ever hear her saying, go support my son? Go support my oldest son, Shalom. She didn't even say that in the interview. She just, when they asked about their relationship, she could have easily said, yeah, you know, he's a comedian. You know, he has shows. Or do you ever try to book him some shows? That's what I want to know. How's she helping him in his career? Because I didn't even know the child was a comedian until he said it. I like to hear, you know, I want to hear if he's funny. Tell us what he doing, what he got going on. I was trying to find his page, but I couldn't find his page because every time I would type in his name, it would give me other people doing commentary with his live. So I still wasn't able to find his actual page. I said I was gonna still look into it, but yeah, it's just I don't know, guys. It just triggered me. It triggered me because I see it and I've seen it in my family. You know, whether it was the abandonment issue with the fathers or the abandonment issue with the mom. I've seen it, and I know how it affects children when they grow up to adults. You know, you would think, okay, you're an adult now, you haven't gotten over that, but again, that's the emotional. You know, you shaming their emotions. You know, it's part of a grief too. I would guess. You know, you still grieving for that love for that parent. So don't shame me because this is how I'm feeling and this is what I'm dealing with. Don't shame me. I'm sure that's how they feel. You know, like I was saying with my niece, she has a relationship with my sister now. I mean, they have a decent relationship, but I think, you know, it would have been better. You know, she's like almost 50 years old now. So I don't know how much, you know, better it would get. And plus she's in another state. But, you know, it affected her as an adult. You know, so we got to do better as a people. You know, she want to say we need to do better as a people by protecting each other and, you know, voicing our opinions and not be shamed, you know, shunned about what we dealt with someone else. But you're doing the same thing to your son. You didn't have to come out here showing us no receipts and all this stuff. Why didn't you just take it behind the scenes? Call your son. Like, Shalom, I know, I don't know what's going on, but see, she knows what's going on. That's why she's trying to cover her tail, because she don't want him to really blast her. Her sister already blasted her some years ago and told her that she was dead wrong with the stuff she was doing. They don't even get along with her. She don't even have a relationship with her immediate family. It's like she done absorbed herself just within her family with her husband. So to her, that's all the family she needs. She got a husband, she got her kids, which they should be grown now. Them kids should be grown as well. I don't know how old they are now, but I don't know. I just want Monique to do better, get it together, and fix it with her child, because life is short. Life is short. I would hate to see something happen to either one of them and there's no closure. There's no closure. He needs to be able to have some type of reassurance that she loves him truly, because it's not cool. And like I say, I see it just all over social media. They talking about it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, it is just, it went from one story with her to the next story, to the point it seemed like, is it a agenda behind it? Is this her way of getting ratings? Hopefully she didn't tell her son, hey, come out and say this so I can, I don't know. So she'll have something else to say in her comedy skit, because she did say in that live with her husband that, oh, I got some stuff to say on stage. What you got to say? Now you finna go blast your son on stage? You finna call him all type of, selfish and ungrateful ass? What you finna say more in your comedy? So now we're gonna hear that next. But that's all I wanted to say, y'all. Like I say, it triggered me when I saw that interview, and when I saw the son. I felt where he was coming from, and it just triggered me in her response. Her response was not it. It was not it. Mr. Sidney need to stay in an uncle's place. Because my uncle don't get in my business like that. If me and my child or whatever, was having an issue or debate or whatever, my uncle didn't get in our stuff. He didn't get in our stuff. He don't even get in the sibling stuff. I only got one uncle left. He don't get in our siblings gripe, not at all. So I think he need to stay in his place and let them handle it. Stop trying to be the spokesperson for Monique, because Monique is fully grown, very intelligent enough to handle her own stuff. I hope y'all agree with me. And if people out there that's, looking to have any kids, do right. Make sure that you, show love and give your child much love as you can, because like I said, life is short. My daughter, I gave all my attention to. I mean, we did everything together, like everything together, from hobbies of skating, movies, dinner, hair appointments together, nails appointments together. We did it all together. My daughter stayed at concerts, all type of events. She was ballet, tap, commercials, all that stuff. And I was right there. I even changed my work schedule. When my daughter was doing the auditions and the modeling and all that stuff, I went on nights so that I would be available for her during the day. I went on night shift so that I can be available, so I have no regrets, of, now that my daughter is not able to walk or talk anymore. I know, and I probably could have made some better decisions. I'm not saying that I was perfect as a mom. There's some things that I could have did better, could have made better decisions when it came to motherhood. But I have no regrets, because I gave my daughter 90% of me. That other percent, is the part that I learned. I was feeling my way through, because I was a first time mom. I only got that one. So those other percent is where I made some mistakes. I could have did better or whatever. But for the most part, I gave her my all. Never was I slacking. Never did she want for anything. So, and especially number one, my daughter knows without a shadow of a doubt that mommy loves her. Still right now, if I go in her room and I hug her and kiss on the forehead and say, mommy love you, I love you, she'll just draw up. She'll draw her arms up, like, oh, because she want to tell me, mommy, I love you too. I know that's what she want to do. Because even when she was mad, if I would make her mad, she would say, mama, I love you. I love you, mama, even in her madness, so love, guys, love, we just got to do better as a people. Stop, being a crab in a bucket, pulling each other down, downing each other. Just live right, because life is short. Hey, Amber Boo, what's up, Amber? You probably have to catch the replay, but I was just on here ranting. Amber, I got triggered with that Monique stuff yesterday, especially with her son, because y'all know I only got that one, and I just couldn't imagine having a disconnect with my baby. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't even imagine not taking care of my child, even now, I wouldn't, I would just have to leave, before I disconnect with my baby, put her in a home or anything. I just couldn't fathom it, and my life is at a standstill when my daughter took sick, but I wouldn't want it no other way. That was God's plans for me, obviously. So, I'm a ride it till the wheels fall off. Until he see fit something different. But I just couldn't imagine not raising her and not still taking care of her. So we just got to do better as a people. And not everybody is fit to be a parent, and that's for sure. Not everybody is fit to be a parent. We just have to want to take, constructive criticism. It's okay. But Monique, my sweet baby, go get your son, talk to your son, do better, go behind the scenes. Don't do it in public, because obviously that's not what he, been trying to do, because he probably could have been came out and said something. He could have been said something. But he came out respectfully. He said what he said. He just wants you to stop faking the funk to people. Stop lying, telling people that that y'all okay, and you want the relationship to work, because obviously he knows you don't. So, get it together, Ms. Mo. And that's all I had to say, y'all. Like I said, I was just on here, griping about the trigger. That emotional trigger again. Because it got to me. I appreciate y'all for coming in to be triggering from. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sonia. And he said it. It was a trigger for him. That was another, what I say about emotional triggers. That was an emotional trigger for him. Because he heard that and like, what? Now, boo, he probably want to say, now, girl, you lying. You lying. That is not the truth. Because how would we know it wasn't the truth if he wouldn't have never said anything? We didn't know. We would just went on what she said. But he was like, boo, you ain't finna keep on lying to these people, because he wants us to know the real Monique. And I'm sure he can tell us a lot more, but he didn't even go there. He didn't go there with her. He didn't even go in on her like she been going in on Tyler Perry and them. And so he probably could have went in. He probably could have told us a lot more that we don't know about her. We can kind of see it and figure it out, but he probably could have said a lot more. He could have probably really defamed her, but he didn't go there. And hopefully he won't go there. But She just needed, he probably gonna say something else once he see them text messages. Because now again, you digging at him. You're insulting this young man. You and your husband is continuing to assault us, this young man with y'all talking, and now with these text messages. Leave it alone, Monique. Leave all this stuff alone. And just be you. Give us the comedy, give us the sitcoms or whatever, the acting, and leave this stuff alone. Because I'm tired of you digging it in my face. I don't want to keep hearing about it. We know about it already. Move on. We ain't heard D.L. Hughley say nothing else. We ain't heard him say nothing else. He done gone on with his life, playing with his grandkids. That's what you see him posting with his daughter. Move on, Monique. Go heal, because she needs to heal. She got childhood trauma that she's still dealing with too. And that's something that she's not willing to talk about. Go on a crusade talking about that, about how to heal from trauma, childhood trauma. Because that's what she's dealing with. And all her husband is doing is he just, filling the fire. He pouring gasoline on it. And they love to gaslight people. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. I might come back on. I wish I was able to put up this one video that I wanted to play about how abandonment as a child affects an adult in their adulthood, because her son showed he showed a lot of those symptoms that they had in this video. I wish that Miss White, thank you so much. Thank you, you so awesome, Miss White. The content creators and everybody need to do something for you, Miss White, because you are so special. You show so much love to so many people, and I am new at this. I don't think I'm nowhere near great as a lot of the content creators, but you show so much love. And if no one else has told you, you are special. You are awesome. We appreciate you. And, people want to say, YouTube is a business. I don't look at it that way as of yet. It's good to, make the money from it. I just don't think I've gotten that good at it yet to, receive that type of love. Once, if YouTube decide they want to pay me, then great. But you are awesome, Miss White. And I just think we need to have something for you on air, because you support so many people. So many. It's a lot of content creators that was part of the LaTruth saga, and you support all of them all the time. And I hope I'm not embarrassing you, Miss White. Or I don't know if you wanted me to say anything, but I just felt condoned. You need to know that you are appreciated. We need to start showing everybody, each one appreciation, and you are appreciated. You one of those genuines. Thank you so much. Love you guys, and I'll be seeing you in the other people's chat. And I'll try to come back with something else. I'm working on something really big right now, so I probably won't be as vigilant much. I probably have to catch a lot of people's replays, but I'm watching y'all. I love all the content creators that support me. I see you. I love you. Thank you. And bye-bye.